We go into chapter 6. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shashtodhyayaha. Atma Sanyama Yoga. Nama Shashtodhyayaha. This chapter is called Atma Sanyama Yoga, or it is also called Dhyana Yoga. We have covered up to verse number 8. I will read verse number 8 again, and then we will go to verse number 9 today. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma. Kutastho Vijitendriyaha. Kutastho Vijitendriyaha. Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi. Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi. Samaloštashma Kanchanaha. Samaloštashma Kanchanaha. Whole line, whole verse. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma. Kutastho Vijitendriyaha. Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi. Samaloštashma Kanchanaha. So the teacher very clearly says that when we say Loshta Ashma Kanchanaha, that means clod of earth, stone, and gold. All of them he looks at it similarly, with sameness in the mind. We have to understand that it does not mean that he does not know the value of anything. So these are wrong translations, are misinterpretations. It's not that he does not know the value of it. Then they say he's supposed to look at everything the same. Then he says, give me so much cash and these are the charges for our camp and things like that. We have to understand that an object, whether it is a clod of earth or a stone or a lump of gold, or let's say what is called a ton of gold, whatever, gold dust or gold bar or whatever you call it. They are all, he is clear in the knowledge that they are all finite products. And no finite product can give me permanent emotional peace, security, and happiness. This is the understanding. Whereas when it comes to transactional reality, he knows how to deal with it. At the transactional level, one relates appropriately. Even at the transactional level, what happens? He is not impelled by ragadvesha, by binding ragadvesha. That's very important. That is very, very important. Let me share with you a couple of instances. One instance in particular. All of us were doing a program in Kolkata way back in the 80s. And Swami Dayanandji was the camp acharya. We were doing the program. On the last day, we all give Guru Dakshina. Those days, if I could afford 100 rupees, it was a very big thing. And Swamiji particularly caught me and said, don't try to show your financial strength and things like that. You don't have to give anything. See, understand, the teacher understands you that. You don't have to give anything. That was his, either you have given enough service. There was a very rich businessman who those days used to donate not less than 2,000 rupees per program. And to stipulate, Swamiji came and said, Namaste, Swamiji, and he gave him a check, and the check was for 20,000 rupees. Swamiji saw the check and said, hey, see that he has not put an zero or something. And I checked and said, no, Swamiji, he has written 20,000 rupees. And we sent it for collection, it bounced. Swamiji called me aside and said, don't inform him. He's a very rich businessman who has fallen into bad days. Perhaps he doesn't know there is no balance. Or he has issued it just to be in the public eye and people say great things about him. He said, let's not ask him. We didn't ask at all. It has happened in Chennai also. Somebody gave him 1 lakh of rupees worth of check and then it didn't cash. It was not encashed. They said no such account in the bank. Just imagine. He doesn't make an issue about it. Definitely he knows the worth of 1 lakh of rupees. So it is not that the person does not know the value, but he is not impelled, driven under pressure of ragadvesha to fulfill those desires. Such a person is called a Vijitendriyaha. He is also called a Kutastha because he has emotional balance and is unshaken by events. The mind is strong in all situations in life. Okay, this is very, very important to understand. Then let's go into the next verse. Verse number. Now, verse number 9. Verse number 9. Sukhrin mitra, Sukhrin mitra yudasina, Sukhrin mitra yudasina, Madhyastha dveshya bandhushu, Madhyastha dveshya bandhushu. Whole line. Sukhrin mitra yudasina, Madhyastha dveshya bandhushu, Sadushvapi cha papeshu, Sadushvapi cha papeshu, Samabuddhir vishishyate, Samabuddhir vishishyate. Whole line. Sadushvapi cha papeshu, Samabuddhir vishishyate. So let's look at the whole verse. Sukhrin mitra yudasina, Madhyastha dveshya bandhushu, Sadushvapi cha papeshu, Samabuddhir vishishyate. Verse number 9. So he says, he's talking about in the previous verse, he talked about something called samatva, a level of samatva. Samabuddhi, he's talking about this, and the samabuddhi is being dwelt on in this particular verse. And we will see why samabuddhi is necessary. So, what is the level of samabuddhi? Previously, he talked about loshta, ashma, kanchana. Now, samatva about with regard to people around. That's very important. In our life, who are the people we are likely to meet? They'll fall under this category. All of them will fall under this category. First fellow is called a Sukhrida. Sukhrida is a well-wisher. Well-wisher without any expectation from you. He is a well-wisher of all. That's very, very important to understand. He is a well-wisher of all. Shri Krishna. Who is a well-wisher? Who will not say, go ahead and do this good. He will say, go ahead and do if this is good for you. So when he goes as a Bhuta for the Pandavas to the court of Kauravas, he tells them very clearly, I will go as a Bhuta if you give me freedom to negotiate and sue for peace. I am not for war. And all of them said, yes. Only then he went. And then Sukhrita, he tells Duryodhana, can you give a house in which these 5 families can live? He asked for half a kingdom, village, 5 villages, 1 village with 5 houses, a house where 5 families can live. Look at, that's called a Sukhrita. Sukhrita is a person who is a well-wisher, to all. The story says, before the start of the war, they wanted to know, they always consult astrologers. Sahadeva is considered to be an excellent astrologer. And they said, so somebody asked Krishna, somebody from the Kaurava camp came and asked him, who should we consult before? He said, go and consult Sahadeva. Hey, Sahadeva is from the Pandava side. And Krishna says, go and consult Sadeva. This is called a Sukhrita. Okay? So you will meet Sukhritas in life. Then a friend, Mitra. A Mitra is a friend who likes me. And because for his like for me, he may even, be a part of my adharma activities. Like Karna. Duryodhana, I like him so much that even if he does adharma, I am Mitra. So Krishna is a Sukhrita, not a Mitra. He is not a part of you when you do adharma. Okay? So Sukhrin Mitra. Sukhrin Mitra. Sukhrin Mitra. Then Arihi. Ari, not even Ari. Ari. Who is an Ari? Ari is an enemy. Ari is an enemy behind your back. The traitorous enemy. He is Ari. The one who, there are a lot of people in our lives. Sukhrit, very few. Lots of Mitra, of course. But Ari, every other man is an Ari. Behind my back, he's an enemy. But in front of me, Ari, yaar, tere jaisa koi ho sakta hai kya? You are a born leader. And before saying that, he'll wink at this fellow. Sir, under you, this organization setup will grow like nobody's business. See what happens. Such a fellow is an Ari. Okay, Ari. Dveshya. Dveshya openly dislikes you. Openly dislikes you. He hates you. You disgust him. And he openly, directly works against you. Okay, such a person is called a Dveshya. Then there's one more category called Udasinaha. He is indifferent to whatever happens. That also forms a large majority. Somebody is traveling by bus, somebody is falling from train, he collapses, he has a heart attack or something. This fellow says, there are so many people who will take care and he'll keep walking. Unknown people. Even known people are like that. Then somebody will take care, let's go. So they are called Udasina. Then there is a fellow called Madhyastha. He wants to broker peace all the time. If there is a conflict, he wants to resolve both the sides. Such a person is called a Madhyastha. Then a Sadhu. A Sadhu here is not that Dadiwala monk. Sadhu here is a fellow who conforms to Dharma. He is a Sadhu. Sadhu doesn't mean a weakling. Because in Tamil they say, the fellow is a Sadhu. Sadhu means he's a weakling. A Sadhu doesn't mean, in fact, Sadhu is a strong guy who says, come what may, I conform to Dharma. I align to Dharma. Such a fellow is a Sadhu. Papeshu, also Papa. Who is a Papeshu? The fellow who does not conform to them. So these are the types of people who you will come across in life. Towards all of them, this person, the Kutastha, has Samatva. Hey, come on. Okay. He treats all of them. No, he doesn't treat all of them alike. If he knows somebody is an Ari, he will protect his back. If he knows somebody is a Dveshya, he will move away. About the Udasina, he will not make it a big business to run after this Udasina guy. At the transaction level, we have to understand this very clear. There is a transactional reality, there is an absolute reality. At the absolute level, all these are roles. In a play, I am playing a freedom fighter. I am playing the role of Veera Pandya Kattabomman. There is one Arcot Maharaja who is working behind me. There is one fellow, Yattappa, against me. In the play, I have to relate to them appropriately. But personally, in the green room, what a lovely role you played. That's my understanding. In the green room personality being absolute reality, the role personality is indeed different. There is a difference in the role personality, and the role personality has to conduct himself appropriately. You can't make a statement. No, there was one person, a holy man. He said, if these people come and kill every one of you, you should willingly get killed so that there is new order tomorrow. What kind of teaching was this? So that's totally misunderstood, misguided. Even when an Ari comes, you have to stand up. And when if you know some fellows are tricky, work behind your back, you have to be very careful. So those days, Raja used to have a spy. Spy of a spy, spy of a spy of a spy. The Raja, he had a spy on the Rani, on the first Rani, second Rani, and the harem Ranis, everybody. And the harem Ranis also had their spies to find out which Rani's son he, everybody. But they're all behind the back workers. That's why you have a network of spies. So, spies, not SPIC, SPYS. So, towards all of them is Samabuddhi, meaning, very important, he does not maintain binding raga dvesha against these people. He will not call a person, he is my behind the back enemy, traitor. He is a treacherous fellow. He will perhaps say, he is inclined to treachery. See, Samabuddhi. There's a lot of difference between these two. He is inclined to treachery. He is inclined. I don't know why he doesn't like. I mean, the feeling is mutual. So we don't stay away. It happens, we go for a walk in the colony. I know there are some people who say they like, there are some people who don't like. Okay, there's a guy who I met recently. He said, "Aap hamare guru jaise hain." A week later, when he looked, he turned away. Then I realized I am his guru as long as I do what he says. But the moment I said, no, I don't approve of this, I am no longer. There are such people also. What do you do with them? When you say, see, last week he told me that I am like his guru, this week he has changed, I'll keep moving. If he looks at you, keep moving. Or out of even a fake smile, कैसे हैं मोहन जी? हाँ सब ठीक है साहब, कुशल मंगल, चलिए ईश्वर आपके साथ रहे. Keep moving. So this person does not have binding raga dvesha. This person is called this is called Samabuddhi, and such a person is said to be having Samabuddhi, and this is considered Sreshta. Imagine you are not shaken by things, you are not shaken by events, you are not shaken by people either. Such a person is a Samabuddhiman, Yukta. So this is what the teacher is highlighting. Okay. Now, before we go to the next verse, we will see the role, how Samabuddhi is helpful. This chapter in particular is called Dhyana Yoga or Atma Sanyama Yoga. That means, Dhyana means meditation. Okay, when we talk about meditation, what is the English word for that? Yeah, when we talk about meditation, what is the Sanskrit word for that? Dhyanam. But here it is not just talking about dhyanam. He is taking it further and say we are talking about nididhyasanam. Not just dhyanam. So there is japam, there is dhyanam, there is manda jabam, there is uchcha jabam. Okay, there is chitta jam japa. There are so many things. But in this chapter in particular, the teacher is highlighting nididhyasanam, as in Shravana Manana nididhyasanam. What is this nididhyasanam? So we have to be very, very clear about nididhyasanam. There are 4 important stages. Okay. The first stage, 2 stages are called Upasana and Karma Yoga. These 2 stages give you a 4-fold. It's called 4 Ds. Okay. Desire, mumukshutvam, discrimination, or being discreet, viveka, dispassion, vairagya, discipline, what atma sanyam, samadhi shakka sampatti. So, upasana yoga and karma yoga will strengthen the 4Ds. This is for spiritual growth. And material growth minus spiritual growth is a waste. Spiritual growth minus, if you say, if you say I have no value for that, then it is a little silly. So there are 4 tiers, remember, physical, 4 tires of a car. There's a physical, there's an emotional balance, there is a financial elbow room, and then there's spirituality. All 4 make the journey wonderful. So not to the exclusion. Give everything a spiritual goal is high priority. Everything else is lower priority. Journey is priority. What car you go in is lower priority. So the teacher focuses on this stage, Nididhyasanam, and he says karma and upasana yoga are for strengthening the 4Ds. Then you have what? So you strengthen the 4Ds. How can you do Nididhyasanam? So Nididhyasanam is a dhyanam. For dhyanam, you must have a dhyaya vastu. And what is that vastu? Nididhyasanam comes after you do Shravana Manana for a length of time, systematic study, regular study for a length of time under a competent Acharya. Only then Shravana Manana will work. And when Shravana Manana is done in plenty, sufficiently, that's when you can do Nididhyasanam and recall the teaching. Nididhyasanam is not for any exotic experience. It is not for mysticism. It is not for a new kind of experience. I'm going to see light here. I'm going to hear bells. That you will hear even if you're having time. What's that? Tinnitus or something. There's a ear condition. You will hear bells. And you will really see also so many things if you have hallucinate. That's not a new experience. We are not looking at exotic experience and out of body experience. One fellow told me here, सर मैं यहाँ concentrate करके अपने body से निकल आके मैंने खुद अपने body को देखा. मैंने कहा ठीक है यार, अब इतना बताओ कॉफी का बिल कौन देगा? The out of body will give or inside body will? So all that is not meant for Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam is meant for removing a basic misconception. What is a misconception? It is called Jiva Bhava. I am Mr. So and so. That is called Jiva Bhava. This much is me. These are mine. And my life is around Pancha Anatma. Possession, people, what else? Body and mind. Labels and packages. This is called Jiva Bhava. I am this much and no more. From that you have to move to Brahma Bhava. This is just an instrument in the hands of me who is the consciousness. The moment from Jiva Bhava, movement from Jiva Bhava to Brahma Bhava, the assimilation, the owning up happens in Nididhyasanam. This has to be understood clearly. Otherwise, no use doing Nididhyasanam. Okay? There's one more thing which has to be clearly understood. People who study Vedanta, not only Vedanta, not Vedanta, people who have a lot of bhakti, and who say, everything is destined, sab Bhagavan ka diya hua hai. They go into what is called a fatalistic tendency. If I am meant to get Vedanta, I will get. If I am meant to get moksha, I will. So, what is your effort? No, I will just sit. Hey, how will you get moksha? You remember the thing, no? Somebody who prayed. Oh Lord, give me, let me have a huge fortune. There's a bumper lottery being announced. Let me have it. Let me have that fortune. Let me have that fortune. Then when the whole thing was over, he went and prayed. He said, I have prayed only for one big fortune. You couldn't give me even this much. Bhagavan said, at least you would have bought a lottery ticket, no? That you could have bought. So it is Ishvara Anugraha Jiva Prayatana. You should know when to make effort and when to surrender. You don't surrender your effort. You surrender your anxiety. You want something in life? Work for it. Work for it. Don't leave that to Ishvara. But surrender the anxiety. Whether it will happen, not happen. What if it doesn't happen? What if I die without this happening? I don't think I can handle that. You surrender that. But don't surrender your effort working towards what you want. One more thing says, align it with dharma. And be alive to realities. Done. Okay? So, this against talking against fatalistic tendencies. Jiva, Prayatana, Ishvara, Anugraha, and Samatvam. This is, and then this is the effort. Then, then self-discipline and self-integration, the 4 Ds that we talked about, the first stage will prepare you for Shravana Manana. It's not that you have to leave discipline once you finish Shravana. It will prepare you for Shravana Manana. You should feel, yeah, Friday evening, 5:30 is my appointment. For that, I am prepared to make sacrifices. I know there are people who would be willing to say, between this time and this time, I will not take any other outer engagement. अरे recording मिल जाएगा कभी भी सुन लेंगे. No. Recording I am making for posterity. Ideally, I would prefer not to have a recording. But then I see Swami is doing it because they said, whether it helps others or not, it helps me. I play it back to see whether I spoke sense. It's more for my mananam than for anybody else. So, when you say, 4 disciplines, I want to have the desire, there must be a desire to study Vedanta. You must say that, yeah, this time Vedanta is going on and this is more important. Today there is a World Cup football match. Vedanta is not important. That will be a commitment to Vedanta. Bhagavan will perhaps, when you come for Vedanta, he'll say, no, I am watching World Cup football. Whatever commitment you have, Krishna will give back. So self-discipline and self-integration will prepare you and will give you a tivra ichha for Shravana Manana. Samatvam will help in the process of Nididhyasanam. It will free you from emotional disturbances. Not just emotional disturbance, there's an inner chatter going on. All that we will be free from that. For instance, now, let's say we are all studying. There'll be somebody in the house who has nothing to do. He's retired doing nothing, he wastes other people. There are some people who will say that. Another fellow he preaches a lot, doesn't practice anything at all. There are a lot of people who say that. A lot of people who say that. Now, if you want to prove all of them right, you will have a problem. Because you don't ignore all this. You simply say, Ishvara may have the inner strength to. I am committed, I know what I am. In case I am doing something wrong, may it be revealed to me so that I can correct myself. So people will say. Then the other extreme, some people say you are a Mahatma. आपको देख के लगता है Krishna has come. Don't be carried away by this. This is worse than the other one. At least somebody criticizes, it's okay. This Mahatma Giri can pull you down like nobody's business. Somebody will see you say, "Arey, aaj kya baat hai? Aaj chamakte hain." Gone. You're gone. Your mental balance. So, when you have samatva, meaning even gold doesn't shake you, a clod of mud doesn't make you undisturbed. Apamana doesn't disturb you. And stuti also doesn't move you out of balance. Fine, both. It doesn't mean you're a weakling or indifferent. It doesn't disturb you. It doesn't shake you. You never lose objectivity at any point of time. You have inner space to handle this. That is all it's about, samatva. I mean, you see, how will you show samatva in a scene? Stupid smile and that is awesome. When something is wrong, I can say, why you make so much noise? I'm still samatva. I can tell somebody, I don't like these kind of disturbance. I'm sorry, I want to express my displeasure with you. That doesn't mean my samatva is gone. That's very important to understand. Then it is to free yourself from disturbances. Samatva teaches me or empowers my skill in what? To handle disturbances caused by situations, things, other beings. I am empowered to handle disturbances. I am empowered to handle stimuli. That is samatva. Samatva in Tamil, there's an idichapudi, non-reactive, not like that. Whatever happens, when I'm like a buffalo, that's not called samatva. Here's the example thing. Okay? Now, Bhagwan has given you two powerful Shaktis. One Shakti is called Ichha, the power to desire, Ichha Shakti. Now, imagine you have one of those, what do you call, no, top bracket limousines, which can, at the press of your laser, put light effort and the car can touch 300 kilometers per hour speed. Okay. What should be provided along with that? A braking system. If the braking system were not there, it would be a defect in creation. So it has given me the power to desire. Along with that, there is a braking system called titiksha. Okay. What is titiksha? You have to understand titiksha very, very properly. Titiksha, I mean, it is translated as Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkha Adi Sahishnutvam. So mosquito bites I am watching. I heard a talk. A very scholarly person says, when a mosquito bites me, I don't do anything. I said, why? Should only a female mosquito, that too a pregnant mosquito will bite, and I take it as though I am giving blood donation to a Garbini Stree. I thought she should be in bed number 10, Madras 10. This is ridiculous. Scholars, they run educational institutions. This is not Titiksha. Titiksha is an intelligent exercise. It says, in life, there are very many choiceless situations. Okay, let's look at our lives. Choiceless situation. The past, any choice you have? Today, as it is unfolded today, any choice you have? One of your net may keep going off, on, off, on, off, on. You're in, you're out, you're in and out. Do you have any choice over that? Choiceless situation. If at all, so 2/3 of your life gone. If at all you have a choice, it is only about the future. That too, how much choice you have? You have choice over old age. I choose not to grow old. Yeah, you can do all those, buttocks and all these things. But when it falls, the whole thing falls very badly. One day I'll tell you a story about it. So you have no choice about not aging. Disease, you don't have a choice. The disease has a choice whether to touch you or not touch you. No choice over that of yours or anybody close to you. Anybody for that person may be close to you. No choice. So there are a series of choiceless situations. In these choiceless situations, I resolve. What is my resolve? I will go through, I can go through, and will come out stronger. This is Titiksha. When it comes to choiceless, I'll go through. I will not resist. I can go through. And more importantly, I will come out strong. This is Titiksha. Titiksha is not allowing mosquito to bite me or a scorpion to sting me. There are stories, okay? You should leave it at that. Don't overuse these stories and tell that's how you should behave. Either maro to either maro. When we'll come out of all these thinking. Okay? Therefore, Ichha and Titiksha are two powerful Shakti that Bhagavan has given you. Teacher says, keep them in good repair. Keep them in good condition. Intelligent people use Ichha wisely. And when you make the right choice, now it is called Samabuddhi. See how Samabuddhi is led here. Samabuddhi is not just looking at gold and saying all of them are sin. You exercise the right choice, Samabuddhi. Okay? Emotional turbulence is drastically reduced. And such a mind is good for Nididhyasanam. This is how it is led. This is how we have to understand this verse. Let's go to verse number 10. Okay. Now we are actually going into the process of meditation. So there is external preparation and there is internal preparation. 8 preparatory steps we are going to see. I will read 2 verses together. Maybe I can even read 3. Let's do 1 first and then we'll read the other. We read Suhim Mitra. Yeah, we'll read 2 together. We will read 2. We'll read 10 and 11 together. Yogi Yunjita Satatam. Yogi Yunjita Satatam. Atmanam Rahasi Stitaha. Atmanam Rahasi Stitaha. Like Yogi Yunjita Satatam. Atmanam Rahasi Stitaha. Ekakiyata Chittatma. Ekakiyata Chittatma. Nirashir Apparigraha. Nirashi Apparigraha. Whole verse. Yogi Yunjita Satatam. Atmanam Rahasi Stitaha. Ekakiyata Chittatma. Nirashir Apparigraha. 11 also we read because they go together. Shuchau deshe pratishtapya. Shuchau deshe pratishtapya. Sthiramasanamaatmanaha. The word himself will make meaning to you. Sthiramasanamaatmanaha. Nachuchritam nati nicham. Nachuchritam nati nicham. Chailajina kushottaram. Chailajina kushottaram. So 10, 11. And I'll go to 13 after 10, 11, 12 we'll see. Now he says the process of meditation. First, I'm going to talk about 11 first, and then I will come to 10. Okay, no, we'll do 10, 11, no problem. The teacher covers what is called Antaranga Sadhana. And Antaranga Sadhana, there are preparatory steps. 8 important factors. So if you are doing meditation, these 8 important factors are essential. If you don't have these 8 important factors, the preparation itself is going down. So first 3 factors are external. Desha, Kala, Asana. What place, what time, and how should your seat be? Desha, Kala, Asana. Then the 5 internal factors. Physical body, prana, okay, prana sharira, indriyani, all your sense organs. Then the mind divided into mana and buddhi, emotions and intelligence. Emotional faculty, intelligent faculty. 5 factors, 8 factors are clear now. Desha, Kala, Asana. External factors. Internal factors, physical body, prana, that is physiological body, sense organs, emotional faculty, intelligent faculty. So these are to be prepared. The timing is not discussed anywhere here, but generally it is understood that 2 times are very important. Usha Kala, Sandhya Kala. Early morning and dusk, dawn and dusk. Madhyanika was not there in our system. But after seeing some communities perform, they've adopted Madhya. They said 12 is another Sandhya Kala, between morning and noon. So Madhyanika, they've said. But essentially, you can even find, whether Madhyanikam was in our system or does not in the system. There are names called Usha. There is name called Sandhya. Is there any name called Madhyanika? That itself is a simple thing that was not there in the system originally. Usha Kala, Sandhya Kala. And during that time, then it says that. So now he says, how should the place be? Desha. Shuchau Deshe. I'm going from this verse to that verse, okay? Because we'll go by that way. Shuchau Deshe. A clean, uncluttered place, spiritually enlightening or spiritually inspiring. Not that at the call of something you will all fall flat on the road in the middle of the traffic. Shuchau Deshe. Shuchau Deshe means clean, uncluttered, more importantly, spiritually inspiring. Shutau Deshe. Pratishtapya. Having seated yourself. Then have an asana. How should the asana be? Hiram. So you can't sit on a shaky kind of thing. You can't sit on rocking chairs. And you can't sit on your, the jhula in your home, swinging up and down. No, steady chair. You can't sit in your great-grandfather's bench, shaking. Sthiram. Sthiram asanam. Na ati, what is the first word there? Na ati uchiritam, neither too high. You are 8.5 feet from the ground. Sitting on mountain tops. Even on mountain tops, you are supposed to sit in a not too high seat. Na ati uchritam. Na ati uchritam. So you have a basement. You have in your house, you have a pit kind of thing. That's where you sit and meditate. Na ati uchritam. Na ati nicham. Then, now comes a very important aspect. Chaina Jina Kushoktaram. They say there should be 3 layers of cloth. Then deer skin. On top of that, there's 3 layers. Now, there is a lot of misconception about these 3 layers. People will say, suppose I say I'm going to some place. You will say, please see that you get me a deer skin. I said, what for? I have to sit and meditate on a deer skin. Where is it stated? Yeah, somewhere it is said skin. You have to understand that some sections have a reference to the time when these kind of things were not available. So these days you have chairs, you have sofas. I saw a place in which there was a person who came. We gave him a proper seat. He said, right. Then 3 assistants come. They spread another 2, 3 layers and he sits on them. We call it humbug. Person has not understood what it is all about. It is the spirit and not the letter. And I've seen people who say, this Swamiji sits on a tiger skin and meditates. Hey, if tiger skin could give you power, then why run after all Bhagavad Gita? I would go look after tiger skin. I would be in Bengal. I spent half my life in Bengal. I never sat on a tiger, let alone on a tiger skin. And I never think tiger skin can give you. It is all humbug. It doesn't make sense. I don't know where they get it all. But yeah, there is one, it is called, for the sake of your income, you can say anything and get away. Well, sitting on it doesn't make sense at all. So this is the place. When he comes, let's go to the first one. Yunjita, a very good word there. Yunjita. What is Yunjita? Yunjita is a mental process. Satatam, always. Okay. Yogi, the person, the meditator. Yunjita, Satatam, what should you do? Convert worry into meditation. If you join my morning class, I'll teach you how to. Okay, but I'll basically tell you, but if you really want to do it, you should join my morning, 6:30. Wake up, join. Okay, what do? You don't say, I will not worry, I will not worry. That will be a bigger worry because you will continue worrying. You are worrying about your worry. You will have to convert your anxiety and worry into objective vastus. I am inclined to worry over these things. Somebody is sick at home. Suppose I tell you, don't worry. Kya baat hai? Somebody is sick at home and the caretaker of that person has not come and you have to go to work. Suppose I say, don't worry. Ishvara will take care. What Ishvara will take care? I don't know what to say about it. You have to convert this worry into an objective process. I am aware of the fact that there is a certain input, certain stimulus. That's your thought process. You have to get it. Yeah, I am aware that there are certain issues disturbing me right now. So I better not sit down and meditate. Let me handle it. The person, let's do something, you don't let this idle and let out toxic fumes. So you convert yogita, satatam, always, whenever there is a tendency to get disturbed, you convert it into something objective. You make it objective. So yogi, yunjita, satatam, what does he do? Converts worrying tendencies into objective tendencies, subjective tendencies to objective tendencies. This is the meaning. And this is how meditation should be done. Yeah, you can do it in various ways. You can say, Sri Ram, help me, Sri Rama, help me, Sri Rama, help me. You can do it in 10, but this is the purpose. Sri Rama, Hanuman, come and help me. He's not going to come and pick you up. You gave Sanjeevani to Lakshmana, you give it to me also. It doesn't work like that. Yogi, Yunjita, Satatam, Rahasi Stitaha. Sit in a secluded place. Rahasi is translated somewhere as secret place. What will you go sit in a secret place? People will start searching for you. But these days it's very easy. There's something you say. Hey Google, find this fellow's telephone. It will start ringing. Even if you are in heaven, it will wake you up. So it's not a big deal. So Rahasi Stita means sit in a secluded place free from distractions, noise, and things like that. Free from distractions. Ekaki, sit alone. That doesn't mean don't do group meditation. Ekaki, you are supposed to be with yourself. It's like a tortoise pulling its organs inside. Ekaki. Yata chittatma, restraining from other activities and withdrawing the mind and from the body and sense organs as though mentally you have taken sannyasa. Please understand sannyasa very carefully. When you are a sadhaka, a grahastha, pursuing spirituality, okay, you are in a gurukula, you have got all this tradition and things like that. There are three relationships which you cannot give up. Okay, when you become a sannyasi or a sannyasi preparing for knowledge, okay, such a person, it's called gurukula vasa. Such a person can give up all other relationships except three relationships. Guru, Shastra, and Ishvara. These three relationships you cannot give up. That means there is a separation. But what is the meaning of mental sannyasa? No relationship whatsoever. Brahma bhava, aham brahmasmi. Somebody asked me yesterday, And now what is the meaning of Aham Brahmasmi? I said, how much time you have? No, I'm leaving for office. I said, that means I am Brahman. Oh, not the caste. No, I said, you go, please go to work. Don't drive me mad in the morning. There it is, Aham Brahmana. Kya baat hai? So, mentally, you will, at least for a short while a day, can you become mentally a sannyasi? Okay? Okay? Then, Nirashi, free from all worldly, or sometime for the day, or some time of the day. I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I have to call, what is that? There's one company which comes and cleans your house, gives you a haircut at home. Whatever you want, they'll come home and do. Clean up this, clean up that. Okay? Nirashi, free from worldly desires. See, these objects of desire and attachment to these objects occupy are all encroached into your mind. For some time, tell them, get out. Don't exercise, entertain a stay order. Aparigraha, free from preoccupation with maintenance, possession, your rent katano, I have not paid the bill, internet connection, I have not paid the bill. This is all called pre, I'm a chatter. For some time, you have to learn to withdraw all this. This is a process. And when you initially do all this, it's a struggle. It's not that you sit and everything automatically happens. So people come and say, these things come in my mind. I said, बहुत natural hai. Very natural. Don't worry about it. You are on track. Okay. So this is, I'll quickly read 12 because 12 is connected. And we'll see the details in our next session. Okay, 12. Tatraikagram manak. See, the words meanings will flash. This is the advantage of studying consistently, regularly, for a length of time. We have been studying for more than, how much? A long time. 21 we started, 2 years now. Okay, so Tatraikagram manak kritva, Tatraikagram manak kritva, Yatachittendriya kriyaha, Yatachittendriya kriyaha, whole line, Tatraikagram manak kritva, Yatachittendriya kriyaha, Upavishyasane yunjat, Upavishyasane yunjat, Yogam Atma Vishuddhaye, Yogam Atma Vishuddhaye, whole verse. Tatraikagram manak kritva, Yatachittendriya kriyaha, Upavishyasane yunjat, Yoga Atma Vishuddhaye. This is verse number 12. We'll quickly introduce you. And then I will see it in the simple meaning is, may you be seated. Withdraw from all sensory objects and activities. Mana ekagram kritva. Focus on the object of meditation. Okay. And in the earlier stages you were having Ekarupa Dhyanam, Vishwarupa Dhyanam. Now what will you do now? Atma Rupa Dhyanam. I am a conscious being. I'm a whole being. I am a being. I am not even a human being. I'm a being. I function through a human body. And this is called Atma Dhyanam, recollecting the teaching you went through when you did Shravana Manana with the Guru. So the entire theme is Vedantic meditation. We will continue in our next session. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Swami Dayananda Maharaj ki jai. Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai. Bajrangi Bali ki jai. May you all be well. May Ishvara come into your lives. Stay there. We'll meet Friday next time.